Thank you. Good morning. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory. I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Innu, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Ian Mann, and I'm with me on the panel today. I'm joined by Mr. Kent Seelan and Ms. Diane Knight. The administrative personnel today is Mrs. Crystal Harland, and our assessor is Mr. Nathan Kupfer. To the Zoom participants of the hearing, please note that you are placed in the waiting room until your property is called upon. When it is your turn, you will be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along the City of Winnipeg's Board of Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the hearing, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing has concluded, you may leave the meeting. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment rule in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decision. You will receive the board's decision as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 1 and 3 through 7 on our docket today. Mrs. Harland, will you please affirm the assessor's testimony and Mr. Navarro's testimony as well?
Mr. Navarro.
Oh, okay. As no one has provided any evidence or signed in, we will stand down number 1 till the end of the docket. We will turn to number 3, which is 265 Osborne. If you could please affirm Mr. Kupfer and Mr. Navarro.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Assessor, would you please state your full name?
Nathan Kupfer.
Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Thank you for standing. Would you please state your full name?
Marcelo Navarro.
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Please be seated.
Then we will turn to number 3 on the docket. As I mentioned, that
Sorry, does Rocky have to go out of the meeting?
Yes, I'm just going to.
Oh, yes.
Okay. The waiting room, Mr. Chair.
Okay,
All
sorry.
right. Thank you.
Thank you. Then the street address of 265 Osborne Street, Mr. Kupfer, if you could proceed with your presentation, please.
Certainly. This is file number 25-405. The roll number is 1202-151-3000, and the street address is 265 Osborne Street, the owner Confusion Towers Limited. We have a 2026 assessment here of $982,000. This is based on land value, and I'm going to ask that it be confirmed today. This is a vacant parcel with the zoning of transit-orientated development. That's one you might not have seen before. I pulled the definition here. I'd like to read it for you quickly. This district is intended to facilitate mixed-use development at a scale and density exceeding all other districts. These sites are intended to be adjacent to rapid transit stations with a council-endorsed local area plan in place to guide development. Moving to my page 2, you'll see that we have a recent sale on file here for this property in September of 2021 with a consideration of $1.138 million. You'll notice that the sworn value is quite a bit higher than that. I wasn't able to discern why there's a difference here between the consideration and the sworn value for this sale. We did do a company search on the two parties. We weren't able to establish any sort of connection between the two, but that's about as much as I know about that sale. Just underneath that, you'll see I've included photos of the subject property. So the first one has it outlined here. So we're just south of Confusion Corner. And then I have some Google Street View photos as well that I've included. Moving down to my page 5, my rent comparable table and the land valuation of the subject site itself. So as I stated, this is based on land value. So we have a net rate of $80.89 per foot, giving us that land value of $982,000. You'll notice in my comparables table here, comparable 3 is the subject property. That's 265 Osborne Street. And at the time of sale, the zoning was still C2. So that's why that's showing as C2. It would have been changed after the sale. In my opinion here, we do have a strong comparable at comparable number 5. This is 380 Osborne Street, so it's just to the south of the subject property. It was also zone C2 at the time of sale. You can see it was sold back in 2018, so it is a bit of an older sale, but it went for approximately $80 a foot, and the land size is about 4,000 square feet larger. So it is a bit larger property, but it's sold in the same ballpark here. With the same zoning and in the same area. And I've included some photos of that comparable, as well as my other comparables, if you'd like to see them. Beginning on page 15 is comparable number 5. I would admit that one thing this comparable has going for it is it backs onto the river, whereas the subject property doesn't. Like I said, it's quite close to Confusion Corner. So comparable 5 would have that slight advantage. But other than that, I'm pretty firm that it's the strongest comparable, either out of from my brief or what I've viewed from Mr. Navarro's as well. So based on that and based on everything else I've presented here today, I'm going to recommend that assessment be confirmed at $982,000. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Navarro. And I should confirm before we start that the only issue here is the amount of the assessed value.
Yes.
Thank you. Then do you have any questions, Mr. Navarro?
I noticed that there's no sales that are closer to the ref estate other than the subject sale. Did you have any luck finding any newer sales?
I didn't have a lot of luck finding newer sales in the area, so I went with sales that were close to the area rather than sales that were closer to the reference date.
Okay. And were you aware of any connection between the building beside and this lot?
The building to the north of this lot?
Correct.
No, I'm not aware of any what the relationship is there.
Okay. Thank you. Those are my questions.
Thank you. Ms. Knight, have you any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Seelan?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Cupright, thank you for your explanation of the zoning, the transit oriented development. No, I'm not going to pursue that. Thank you. I don't have anything. Mr. Navarro, your thoughts, please.
Sure. This is 265 Osborne Street. And we can just move to page 6 to see the general location beside that building that's on the corner of Pembina Highway and Osborne Street. So this is a transit-oriented development. I believe it is actually the only one in the city that has that zoning. And as Mr. Cuthbert noted, it is intended to maximize use and density in a location that's close to a transit hub. So the parcel is approximately 13,421 square feet. Highest and best use is not really questioned. It is some type of mixed use intended to maximize density. As you can see in my report, there were some economic issues at that time which affected the marketplace. So we don't believe that the sale is representative of actually market at the time of the reference date. We did find out afterwards that, and it is public information, it is in the media, that there was a connection between this and the north side property. So I believe there is common ownership there. In terms of the sales that we did use, we looked for properties that had that requirement of having some type of mixed use. So while C2 zoning does outline certain uses, namely retail commercial uses, office uses, it does also allow for residential on a case-by-case basis. So the zoning needs to be amended in some cases, and it will allow for residential development on C2 zone land. So then we tried to look for parcels that had that same characteristic of needing to have some type of mixed use in them. So we looked for residential mixed use properties that have sold. We didn't go for RMFL or RMFM properties simply because they don't have that requirement. And so they can be developed strictly to residential housing. So from our perspective, the closest comparison was 255 Bell, which is just north of the property. It's an older sale from 2020, and it sold for $77.16. That was the closest comparison that we found. It fit the criteria in terms of having that requirement to have mixed use in it. So this site can't be developed into strictly residential use. It has to have those other components in there. So from our assessment, we found, or we suggested, a value of $61.73 as the value per square foot for this parcel, with a rounded value of $828,000. I'm open for questions.
Thank you. Questions, Mr. Cupper?
Just a couple quick ones. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Regarding that comparable, you mentioned Mr. Navarro, 255 Bell. I can see the sales date back in 2020. Do you know if the property's been developed? Has anything been built on that property?
I believe so.
Do you know what?
But I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I believe something has been developed on it.
Okay. Do you know what the current property, the subject property, is being developed as?
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, those are my only questions, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Seelan, questions?
Yes, I just wanted to clarify the actual location. Is it 13,421 square feet, or is it 12,140 square feet as the assessor has it is brief?
In the sale that the assessor notes on his page 5, he has 13,421 square feet.
I'm sorry, could you just repeat that?
Yes, we have 13,421 in our evidence, and the assessor on his page 5 of his brief, on comp number 3, that is the subject. It says 13,421 square feet for land size. So I don't know if there was an adjustment between the time of sale and the current time in terms of the size of the parcel, but I think we have two sources that kind of confirm that it's 13,421. The assessor might be able to speak to that.
Certainly. Can we redirect the assessor?
I think so, yes. Go ahead, Mr. Seelan.
That's a good catch, Mr. Seelan. I actually hadn't noticed that going into it, but I think Mr. Navarro is likely correct that after the sale and now in the process of development, Part of the land may have been used as an approach or a walkway, or something was changed about the size of the parcel, and it's now being assessed as 12,140. And at the time of sale, it would have been that 13,000 number.
Thank you. That's all my questions, Mr. Chair.
Ms. Knight, questions?
My question was asked and answered. Thank you.
Well, one of my questions was addressed. Mr. Navarro, you said you believe that there is common ownership between that building to the north. That building to the north is also mixed use,
I believe it is office use.
office use, okay. And when you say you believe there's common ownership, is it a related company? Is it the same company? Is it just similar
It's the same
shareholders?
owner. Yeah,
Same owner.
that's what the news articles say.
Okay. With respect to your valuation, your valuation is based on the sale price in 2020 of the 255 Bell at $77.16 a square foot, less the 20% to account for the challenges that you've outlined at the time of the reference date.
Yeah.
The sale took place in 2021, correct? The map 20% reduction could have easily have been taken from the 2021 sale date, could it not? Or had the economic circumstances changed for the better between 2020 and Bell and 2021 sale for 265 Osborne?
I think the closer that we got to the reference date, the economic challenges were probably more prevalent. So as you get newer sales, the prices would probably drop off. And that's based on, factors like interest rates going up, and the cost of construction materials, the slowdown in construction generally. So in terms of the subject sale, we look at it two ways. The sale would have been affected probably by economic factors that were happening after that sale. And secondly, we know that our belief is that there is that common ownership, so there would have been some motivation.
That would just be speculation on the part, though. Is that not fair to say?
I think the issue of acquisition of adjacent lands by common ownership is pretty established as almost a principle. So there would be some additional motivation that most would account for at some point.
Okay, thank you. I don't have anything further. Mr. Kupfer, have you any summary?
No need for summary, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Navarro.
No need.
And having heard the evidence, we will conclude this matter. Thank you very much. I think that's your only matter on the docket today, Mr. Navarro.
Yeah, that is. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
And if you can please let Mr. Neufeld
Yes, Mr. Chair.
continue.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi. Good day.
Good morning, Mr. Neufeld. Mrs. Harlan, would you please affirm Mr. Neufeld if he is going to be making any submissions?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair. Mr. Neufeld, would you please state your full name?
Rocky Neufeld?
Thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you are about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Mr. Neufeld, I note that there are we'll turn to number 4 on the docket. First of all, that is the first matter, I believe, on which your name appears. There have been no briefs filed from the applicant with respect to this matter. I would note as well from the agenda that there are 3 issues here: the amount of the assessed value, the liability to taxation, and the classification. of the property. Are those three issues still live and before the panel?
They are all still live, but there have been some discussions and but between the assessor and ourselves, and we understand that there are going to be some internal changes, and so we can just carry through with a very, very quick hearing. I actually only have one or two questions to ask, and on all of these, and then we'll let them be confirmed.
Okay, well, then, Mr. Comfort, can you please address number 4 on the docket? That is the file number 25-244. I don't have street address, just the owner is the Winnipeg Winter Club.
Yeah, absolutely, Mr. Chairman. As you stated, it's file number 25-244. The roll number is 1209-765-2800, and the owner, as you stated, is the Winnipeg Winter Club. It's a vacant piece of commercial land with a land size of approximately 15,134 square feet, and we have a 2026 assessed value of $1,512,000 that I'm going to recommend be confirmed today. Going to page 2 and 3 of my brief, I pulled some overhead photos as well as Google Map photos so you can see the location. It's kind of at the corner here of Stradbrook and Bell Avenue, and then of course just on the other side of Bell is the Winter Club. I pulled some comparables for you. You'll notice these are the same comparables actually we used for the last presentation. These ones are Osborne comparables. The property is kind of located in between Osborne and downtown, so I wasn't quite sure the best way to go there, but this is what we took. And just below that, you can see the land valuation for the site, just under 1.5 million for the land, and then we have, I think, $14,000 worth of concrete on there as well, giving you the 1.512 million. Beyond that, just some overheads, just some photos of the comparables that I've included. So, as Mr. Neufeld stated, I think we can keep this one pretty short. 2026 assessed value, $1,512,000. And we're asking for it to be confirmed today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Neufeld. Questions?
Yeah, just a comment. I would ask that the assessor refrain from commenting on what was said at a previous hearing. I wasn't there. This is, we don't care about the other hearing. But no, other than that, I would just ask that confirmation be accepted and carry on.
Thank you. Mr. Seeland, have you any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
And I don't have any questions, and given your comments about the request for confirmation, Mr. Neufeld, have you anything else to add or any summary?
No, other than the discussions are that this parcel as well as two other parcels will be joined, and I understand the assessment department is hard at work to do that.
Thank you. Then, Mr. Kupfer, do you have any summary?
No summary, sir. No, thank you.
Thank you. Then, having heard the evidence, we will conclude that matter. Turning to number 5 on the docket, I see that file number 24245. Again, Mr. Kupfer, can you please present your evidence? Oh,
yes.
Sorry, I was looking at, I was asking you, Mr. Neufeld, about all of the matters. This one I see is school tax exempt as well, or it's 40S, institutional property and school tax exempt. Your comments with respect to the issues of liability, amount of assessed value, and classification can carry over to this property?
Yes, that's correct. So with the merging of the roles, there will be, I believe these matters will be moved over into the merged role, and if we have any issue with it, of course, we'll have a new role to review. So, as I understand, the commitments by both parties were that this was going to be merged, and that's acceptable for us.
Okay, fair enough. Then This is before us, so Mr. Kupfer, would you present your evidence with respect to this matter, please?
Certainly, file number 25-245. The roll number is 1203 1865000. The owner again is the Winnipeg Winter Club. This is another vacant commercial lot, smaller in size, 3,640 square feet, and we have a 2026 assessed value of $308,000 that I'm going to recommend be confirmed today. Yeah, thank you. That's my presentation.
Mr. Neufeld, do you have any questions or comments other than what you've made so far?
Nope, I'm nothing.
Ms. Knight,
No, sir.
Mr. Seelan?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank
And I
you.
have none. And Mr. Neufeld, given your previous comments, I assume that the request for confirmation and in anticipation of the merging of the rolls is carried over to this property?
That is correct.
Thank you. Then, having heard the evidence, we will conclude this matter and move on to number 6 on the docket. That is the Assiniboine Medical Center, I believe, file number 25242. Mr. Kupfer, if you would please present your evidence on this property.
Certainly, that is roll number 0707169500. The owner is the Assiniboine MCRE Limited. We have a 2026 assessed value of $406,000, which I'm going to recommend be confirmed today. We have a land size of just under 11,000 square feet, the zoning of C2. I've included some overhead photos and Google Photos, as I do with all my briefs. You can see to the left or to the west of the property is the Assiniboine Clinic there, and to the right of it is the subject property. Wasn't able to find great comps for this property, admittedly, but I've included 1 through 6 there, as you'll see on page 5, as well as the breakdown of how that land valuation came together at $37.21 a foot. And I've included some photos of those comparables as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Neufeld, any questions?
Just give me 1 second here. Okay. No questions.
Thank you. Mr. Seelan, questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Ms. Knight?
No, sir.
I have a question with respect to the orientation of this property. Looking at the overhead photos, is this just some extra land or extra property to the east of the clinic that's being used as part of the in-park parking lot?
That's my understanding, sir. It looks like the only entrance to the lot is off of Booth Drive, so you would have to go through the medical parking lot there to get to this property.
And is this similar to the others that the roles are going to be merged?
Those are discussions Mr. Neufeld, I believe, had with another assessor, so I can't confirm it
Fair
today.
enough. That doesn't really, it's not germane to the determination that has to be made in any event. Thank you. Mr. Neufeld?
You hit it on the head. So we're working on a merge, and so the parent property is 633 Lodge, and we've just filed that at municipal board, and this is just to keep our rights open and engage in discussions on a merger. Hopefully, we can resolve this in a practical fashion.
And again, your request for confirmation relates to both the assessed value and all 3, liability, taxation, and classification?
Yes, that is correct. The parent property is a medical building, and what we were having to review was the rent rolls in the building. Some of it is a for-profit medical care, and some we found one user who is not. So that exemption carries forward onto the parking component in the same ratio.
Thank you. Then, having heard the evidence, we will conclude that matter and move on to number 7 on the docket.
Sorry. Before you close it, I just wanted to ask Mr. Cup for one question, and I just wanted to confirm that both these properties, you're in the commercial division of the assessment department, like office?
I'm in the commercial office section, yes, sir.
Okay. So this lot plus plus the building are all under the same supervisor. I just wanted to confirm that. Thanks.
Okay, if there's nothing else, and having heard the evidence, we will conclude this matter and move on to number 7 on the docket. That is the street address. I have it at 160 Center Street, file number 25181. Again, Mr. Neufeld, 3 issues: liability to taxation, amount of assessed value, and classification. Are those still live issues as well, or is this similar to the other properties in which this is
No, this is a different issue. So the land was a permit taken out in 2023. Construction started shortly thereafter for an apartment block, and they're about almost finished construction. And we understand the city will be issuing a supplemental on it with a change in class for the class 60 to class 20. However, we're discussing this with them on that the land should have been changed on class back when the permit was taken out. And so we contacted this is why I was asking about the division for Mr. Kupfer, because I contacted the head of multifamily, and this has ended up in commercial offices lap. So there's been a delay. Perfectly understandable, but we need to push this to get this done before the end of the year, because to change the class back to 2024, you have to do it before the end of this year, based on the legislation. So this was a very obvious attempt by us to push the matter along, to get it done before the end of the year, and to correct the class change. And it's actively being pursued. So we also know that a supplemental will be issued for 26 now. So there's really no point in discussing anything further on this. And your day has been made very easy.
I'm assuming that means you will be requesting confirmation of this as well once Mr. Kupfer has introduced the property and provided his evidence.
That is correct.
Thank you. Mr. Kupfer, over to you.
Thank you, sir. This is file number 25-181. The roll number is 0309162580. Street address of 160 Center Street, and the owner is a Manitoba Limited. We have a 2026 assessed value based on land of $2,123,000 that I'm going to recommend be confirmed today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Neufeld. Do you have anything further on this?
Nothing at all.
Ms. Knight, any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Seelan?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
And I have no questions. And given your previous comments, Mr. Neufeld, is there any need for a summary?
None whatsoever.
Mr. Kupfer, summary?
None from me. Thank you.
And having heard the evidence, we will conclude this matter as well. And I believe, Mr. Neufeld, that concludes your matters today. Thank you for your presentations.
All-time record for me. In time.
I've noted it. And there's one matter left on our docket today.
Thank you.
If we can please just go in camera for a few moments so we can discuss it. That's the matter that was stood down at 174th Street. And Mr. Kupfer, I ask that you just wait in the waiting room, please. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I'll take us offline. Just a moment, please.
Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting back to order. We have one matter left on the docket. That is the item at number 1 with the street address of 174 4th Street. The applicant, Mr. David McKeegan, has not filed any material other than the appeal itself. There has been no verbal representations made, certainly no written file provided, and there has been no communication this morning. Having discussed the matter with Mr. Seelan and Ms. Knight, we have elected to hear the matter today and provide the evidence and render a decision. Mr. Kupfer, would you please introduce the property, street address of 174 4th Street, and provide your evidence?
Yes, sir. That's file number 25-289, the roll number of 1209-755-8000. The street address, as you stated, is 174 Fort Street. This is a vacant commercial lot in the downtown area. The land size of just over 3,000 square feet. The zoning M multi-use, and we have a 2026 assessed value of $381,000. I'm going to ask be confirmed today. Pages 2 and 3 and 4 of my brief contain some photos of the subject property for you to view. You can see this is located next to the Pyramid Cabaret. I believe part of it is actually the patio for it, and then just behind that are a few parking stalls. On page 5, I've included downtown land comparables. So you'd want to look at smaller parcels in the downtown similar to the subject. That would be comparable 1 on King Street, comparable 3 on Donald Street, comparable 5 on St. Mary Avenue, and comparables 3 and 5 also have the same zoning as the subject. So I would say those are likely our strongest comparables. Below that shows the land valuation of the subject property. We have it at just over $125 a foot, giving you that $381,000 of assessed value. With that, I will simply ask that that assessment be confirmed, and I'm open to any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Knight, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Seelan, have you any questions?
No questions, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
And I have no questions. Mr. Kupfer, any summary required?
None whatsoever.
Then this matter, having heard the evidence, this matter is concluded, and having heard all the matters on the docket, this hearing is adjourned. Thank you very much for your time this morning and your presentations, Mr. Kupfer.
Thank you all. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
And we can go offline again, please.
Yes,
Thank you.
Mr. Chair. Just a moment, please.